The song you just heard is a song of healing, sung on Englewood Beach just over a week after Hurricane Ian hit the Gulf Coast of Florida. This is the story of how Hurricane Ian has impacted my family across the state of Florida.
Well, we get windstorms, but everybody does that.
No, we've been there 46 years and there's never been a storm like
Not
this
like
one.
this one.
Nothing like this one. I say I've been here, and, a couple of them, but they weren't that bad, right here. I mean, we had rain, we had some wind, and, but nothing like this. This is the worst I've ever been in. Well, one of the worst there's ever been around here.
It definitely wasn't the worst. A lot of people had it a lot harder than us. We got really lucky. We were supposed to get pretty hit by the eye initially before it moved south. We're in Orlando, so we were only supposed to get a tropical storm, but it did end up hitting us around a Category 1, borderline 2. It was kind of scary because it didn't get to us until like 3 in the morning, and this was the first hurricane I ever experienced living on the second floor. So my whole room was shaking, the windows sounded like they were holding on for dear life. But we got really lucky. We never lost power or our Wi-Fi, thank God. But of course, the second the hurricane was over, our Wi-Fi went.
So this is the mango tree. I said this part of it here, that was pretty early on. That's what came down and poked a hole in the porch roof. And then a little while later, the middle one, that came down on the roof. And then the beauty of it was when the wind swirled around, it blew it all off of the roof. So we didn't have to get up there and chainsaw, the tree off of that. But yeah, the craziest thing we've ever seen for sure. And I don't want to do it again. We kept waiting for an eye. You get the eye and you look up and it's the blue sky, even though your storm had just gone through. Yeah. We never got it, which is great because had it kept coming up the coast like that, then we would have gotten the water. But yeah.
We weren't here for Charlie. We were here for Irma. I think Irma, the frenzy of Irma was
worse than this.
I think the frenzy leading up to Irma was worse than this because Irma was huge and they had no idea where it was going to go. But Ian, when I think it happened quicker and it was supposed to come right to us here, so we were a little more nervous, and then it turned. So we were happy that it turned away from us, but very, very sad for where it did go. Yeah. Driving in, it was sad to see all the, you could see it, the water, all the devastation, and it was just sad to see because that's our hometown. And we didn't go anywhere other than the house because you just couldn't.
You couldn't. There was no driving around town. There were trees down, roads are flooded. There was nothing. There was still tons of damage, and they were just starting to get started cleaning things up. So couldn't get around. We barely could make it to the house. Thankfully, we were able to make it to the house.
Yeah, and I have friends that live in that mobile home park by Walmart, and I don't know how many of them. I know one that they totally lost their home. It was destroyed. I know another one, they had some roof damage and that, but there's a couple of them are out of town that I don't know that they've, sustained. I have another friend that had a big tree fall on her roof and put a hole in it, and they're waiting for a crane to come to remove the tree. But over by Walmart and that, and down in Rotunda or Grove City, they had winds 144 miles an hour that went through Grove City, which is where Robin is. Yeah. And I don't know, I know because of our local organizations and the people that have been there for years, and like your mom's high school friends that work and live in the area, will get a lot of aid and stuff from those type of people. And but it's going to take a long time to get back to where we were, But we'll be there.
I don't know where our shed is. Somewhere in the back
Next door.
next door in the woods.
The recovery efforts have only just begun throughout the communities affected by Hurricane Ian. While trees and power lines are finally cleared from the roads, some families still don't have homes to go home to. As another sunset falls over Englewood Beach, the community is hopeful for a brighter and better future.